Welcome to a brand new episode of The Drop, the weekly show where I let you know the hottest games coming out across the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the PC, the Switch, whatever they might be coming out on, we will talk about them right here. This week, Minecraft Dungeons is our headliner, a game that is getting some pretty great press leading up to its release, and also one of the biggest games coming out this year from the Xbox Game Studios brand. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this week's top video game releases. To kick things off, Minecraft Dungeons is coming out on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. Fight your way through an all-new action-adventure game inspired by classic dungeon crawlers and set in the Minecraft universe. Up to 4 friends can play it together, or you can brave the dungeons alone. Battle new and nasty mobs across action-packed, treasure-stuffed, wildly varied levels, all in an epic quest to defeat the Arch-Illager. And now some bullet points. Power up! Unlock dozens of unique items and weapon enchantments for devastating special attacks. Epicness! Explore treasure-stuffed levels in a quest to take down the evil Arch-Illager. Multiplayer! Up to 4 players can team up and fight together in co-op mode. Options: personalize your character, then fight up close and personal with melee swings, hang back with ranged attacks, or tank your way through swarms of mobs shielded by heavy armor. And Mojang, the first standalone game developed by Mojang and set in the Minecraft universe since, well, Minecraft. So as you can see from the gameplay, this is Diablo Cross Minecraft. That's essentially what this game is, and that's not a bad thing. It is aesthetically geared more towards the younger audience, and of course, as you can tell by the description, that stands true, but it is very welcoming for those that might be looking for a more relaxing style of dungeon crawler that isn't necessarily something that is as hardcore as a Diablo. And on top of that, it is included with Xbox Game Pass, so if you already have that subscription, you have access to this game this week. Personally, this might not be my cup of tea, but I've been in a kind of experimental mood lately, so I've been trying to branch out and try games that I might not necessarily normally be into playing, so I think I might give this one a shot. Again, I have Game Pass, might as well. It is included with the subscription, so hey, I'm going to be playing Minecraft Dungeons later on this week. If you have a group to play with as well, highly recommend this one because you, and of course a group of people, can team up and take on the world together, and it seems like a pretty good time from the streams that I have watched featuring Minecraft Dungeons. So if you want to pick it up, it's coming out this week on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. Next up, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is coming out on the Nintendo Switch. Join the fight between man and machine in the definitive edition of this critically acclaimed RPG. Discover the origins of Shulk as he and his companions clash against a seemingly unstoppable mechanical menace. Wield a future-seeing blade, chain together attacks, and carefully position your party members in strategic real-time combat as you journey across a massive world. During an attack from the mechanical invaders known as the Mechon, Shulk discovers that he can tap into the full power of a mysterious blade known as the Monado. With the mighty Monado in his hand, Shulk sets out to defeat the Mechon once and for all. In addition to the Mechon, you'll run into wildlife that ranges from docile to deadly. Keep an eye on what attracts monsters' attention to avoid unwanted conflict, or try your hand at bringing down an ultra-powerful, unique monster. Upgrade your party as you progress through the adventure by selecting equipment, enchanting weapon skills, and using benefit-granting gems. Put your dependable companions to work by filling the party gauge to trigger a chain attack and attack enemies in quick succession. So, Xenoblade Chronicles originally launched in 2010 on the Nintendo Wii and was then ported to the Wii U. Of course, being that late into the life cycle of the Wii and the Wii U being the Wii U, it never really did get the audience that it deserves, but with the Nintendo Switch seeing a huge resurgence, Nintendo chose to go ahead and fund the rebirth, if you will, the definitive edition of Xenoblade Chronicles. So this is the exact same game, but it does have revamped graphics. It's been enhanced in a variety of ways, so if you've never played Xenoblade Chronicles, this is your time to do so, and if you have, it is probably going to be worth revisiting, especially if you were a big fan of the game, and this one is launching this week on the Nintendo Switch. Next up, Shantae and the Seven Sirens is coming out on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. Shantae is back in an all-new tropical adventure. In her 5th adventure, the half-genie hero gains new fusion magic to explore a vast, sunken city, make new half-genie friends, and battle the Seven Sirens in her most thrilling adventure yet. That's like whenever I write a paper in college or high school and I'm trying to make one sentence last for 5. However, key features include traverse a vast interconnected undersea world, use fusion magic to change instantly between new creature forms, belly dance to transform into epic half-genie fusion forms, collect and power up with monster cards, enjoy mini games, acquire magic and items, and uncover secrets. Gorgeous animated TV-style cutscenes and all new characters are returning favorites like Roddy Top, Sky, Bolo, and the nefarious Pirate Risky Boots. So this game is out now on mobile and it's gotten pretty good reviews. Of course, being a fully fleshed out platformer and being on mobile, it tends to garner a pretty good impression because if a platformer is good on mobile, then generally people are going to play it. We see the same thing with games like Forza Street or Call of Duty Zombies that came out way back in the day. If it's anything like the console experience, you are going to be getting some pretty good press, but that's all beside the point, a topic for another day. The mobile game is now coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC this week, and of course it is going to look better, run better, etc., but it is still going to be essentially the same game. So if you are into the platforming, charming little Shantae world, then by all means you can check out Shantae and the Seven Sirens when it launches on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC this week, or you can check it out now on mobile. And to round out today's main releases, we have Those Who Remain coming out on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. As the lights go out, the embers of darkness are stoked in the sleepy town of Dermont. Whispers of disappearances carry through the town as a burgeoning, uneasy, and irrational fear begins to spread, and darkness comes to be an unwelcome reflection to those who remain. Some mistakes should never happen, not when your life is complete. And yet they do. Edward had the good life, a beautiful wife, and the perfect little girl, yet he finds himself several whiskeys down and driving through the night of Dermont to end his secret affair in a bid to fix his mistakes. As Edward pulls into the Golden Oak Motel, he is unaware just how much this night will change his life. The horrors and darkness that thrive in the corner of every eye are torn loose. Those Who Remain places you in an up-close psychological horror story set in the sleepy town of Dermont, a town in a spiraling split from the fabric of reality, warped by darkness and the deeds of the citizens who reside. Confront the uncomfortable horrors reflected by the darkness and survive the night of Dermont as Edward is confronted with a test of his sanity, morality, and the shadows of evil that lurk below. So again, this is going to be a psychological horror experience coming to the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC this week, and this one caught my eye as I was parsing through the dozens of releases that are coming out this week because it genuinely looks like a really well-built game. I love the aesthetic, I love the overall surroundings, the setting, and it sounds like a very interesting Alan Wake kind of game. Not going to be the same gameplay necessarily, but it has that kind of vibe. So if you do want to dive into Those Who Remain this week, it is coming out on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. And before we round everything up, we have a couple of honorable mentions. First off, Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD is coming to the Nintendo Switch, along with Borderlands The Legendary Collection, Bioshock The Collection, and XCOM 2 Collection. Plenty of big 2K games launching this week on Nintendo's little handheld hybrid. And finally, Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath is coming out on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC if you are going to be into some fighting game action. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of The Drop. If you did, drop me a like down below and let me know what you think about all of the big releases coming out this week. Are you picking up any of those Nintendo Switch ports of some very big games from the last 10 years? Or perhaps you are going to be diving into Those Who Remain to see what's happening in Dermont. Maybe you're a big fan of Shantae, or perhaps you are going to be into Minecraft Dungeons, or at least going to give it a shot. Let me know in the comment section down below, but until next time, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend if you are celebrating it, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.